Well, well, well. A sudden replacement of commentators with me, and welcome everyone to the second round of Ultimate League Season 14. We're here at Innsbruck Ring in Austria. Last race was eventful. Buddha won it, and there was a fight for the podium just right until the last moment, and it was Charge GT who got second place, with Nuno rounding up the podium. And the animator got fourth, I think. I might actually need to check with the results, but as we're here at the qualifying, there is still some time, so let's just...
Anti-Amazing had the pole in the first race, in the wet.
That is indeed correct, and maybe he'll be trying to, well, do the same here, but in the dry. But as we can see, he is right now in 6th position, which doesn't seem so good, and, well, it's in the dry, and the track itself is actually quite hard, but we can't not notice the 1-2, the provisional 1-2 of Mayhem Racing right now. Well, provisional 2-3, with Nuno taking up the provisional pole. It's the last lap of the qualifying, and it might still be decided yet who will get the first position to the race. But yeah, let's see, as drivers will be finishing their laps right now. Graf in the last corner, as we witness. Will there be any shake-ups? Buddha takes pole, and Hnandi improves to 3rd position, as we can see. So it's LSA 2-3 for the race, with Buddha in 1st. The animator didn't improve his first lap of qualifying and stays in 7th. Fox and Goose Racing actually... they actually caught up to 4th and 5th position out of, well, sudden. Frozeni, well, pretty much in his debut season in UL, is doing in 6th position. Charge GT in 8th. The Anti-Amazing in 9th, which, well, is good, but not quite as you would remember from last race. Kader in 10th, well, a double top 10 for Flow Force in the qualifying. Then we have Grandi, and it appears that Kader is actually Nordic Thunder Sandwich. Then we have Kraft in 12th, which is actually a bad position for him. Well, then we have Figueira in Neon Sunset Racing. Then we have Kubo on his standby, fulfilling his duty as a reserve driver for Lynx Racing. Then we have Kato in 15th, Jeruni in 16th, Matima in 17th, and Jurist in last, who actually has a gap of more than a second, and the only one, apparently, with that. Right, Goose, you want to add anything?
We're down in the pits getting ready for the race. I won't be able to say anything until we're underway. But, yeah, it's a great one for FGR, though, that's for sure. With a good reserve, I stole these words. See if you can do it in the race.
Yeah, I can agree with that. Good luck to you guys, and let's see how the race unfolds. As the time just, well, flies by. I guess we could just... Oh, so Buddha got pole by just 200ths of a second. Well, let's get ready for the race. It is hot, dry, sun, lights out, and away we go. Buddha and Nuno on mediums. Hnandi picked softs that could be crucial for his start, and it looks actually kind of well. Corvid makes a mistake, falls down from that top 4 group, but the animator already up to 5th, side by side with Corvid, inside line. Corvid makes the move from the outside and actually sticks with it. Yeah, he sticks with it. But now the train for the first place is actually getting bigger and bigger. But I think Corvid and Danny couldn't share a lot of space, and I stole these words has dropped from top 3 group, and yeah, he is no longer in their slipstream, unless actually he did catch up to Hnandi, who did a slight mistake, and now he is back for fighting for the podium. Buddha is leading us, but since that top 5 train is actually kind of not changing, Frozeni is in 7th place, doing really good in his debut season, And oh, it's cloudy already. Will we see some rain? Well, that depends. But no, never mind, it's sun. So Anti-Amazing, Charge GT, Anti on the inside, making the move. And Charge GT will not respond to it yet. And it does look like that, Frozeni train is hoping to catch up to Danny, but the Anti-Amazing makes a crucial mistake, and that allows Frozeni to run away in his 7th place. But it's getting crazy at the front. The Animator caught up to LSAs and Buddha. It's Nuno now at the front, Hnedi still in 3rd, and the Animator isn't looking cooperative, he's looking aggressive. Well, that could be crucial because he's on soft. He needs these positions because mediums are slower. Oh, and yeah, Hnedi was stopped by Buddha, I think. Yeah, they're still in slipstream, so it's sort of fine, but it's cloudy, so it might see some rain soon. But Nuno's still at the front, Buddha in 2nd, Hnedi in 3rd, Danimator in 4th. FGR teammates Astol, This Wars and Corvid in 5th and 6th respectively, trying to, I think, slipstream each other. The weather mark moves, and we're gonna see some slight rain. Astol, This Wars makes the call, goes into the pits. Most of the people stay out. Inters, it will be Inters, it should be Inters. But will it be out? Will it? Will it? Will it? Well, I don't see it coming back to the sun yet. So it might have been the right call. Look at these drivers just sliding. And Danny has surprisingly, well, fell back from that top 3 group. Yeah, and the rain stays. The rain stays actually. So that's great news for I Stole These Wars, who might gain so much positions together with the Anti-Amazing. So let's see, where will they be on the track now? 4th and 5th positions, ladies and gentlemen. Their rain call, well, did them a big favor. Now they can challenge Hnedi for that P3. With Nuno and Buddha running away from the LSA driver. Well, now it is certainly interesting, and the rain still stays, and I think it might be a work zone for wets, because, well, the track is not moist, it's not damp, it's wet, and wets should be working. So Figueira should be benefiting from that. He's already on tail of the Animator, and I think he might use that advantage. But look at that, Nuno and Buddha are starting to make mistakes, and they are... And I saw these wars and the Anti-Amazing have catched up, but look at that, Buddha is going for the lead, with now almost both LSAs trying to sandwich him, but, well, that did not work. Nuno trying to go for the inside, yep, but that did not work. Buddha doesn't look so confident, even though his last lap was much faster than Nuno's. Well, can Nuno try to make the move back? Well, I don't know, but he should. He absolutely should. He is... not the right time yet. This section is very tricky. Can he try to switch back? No, it does not work. It doesn't work. But look at that, we have Grandin and Corvid on that side-by-side action. The rain is gonna get heavier. So my talk about wets actually benefiting from that was right. They're gonna benefit even more. And that is that 7 drivers all in slipstream range of each other. In the slipstream of Buddha. Oh, Danny and Nystol, these wars go too deep into the corner, and yeah, they lost the slipstream of the Anti-Amazing, the top 4 at this point. Actually screwing up Figueira the most, because he was the most benefiting from it, and he's on the wets, don't forget that. So we might see the Japanese trying to make the move while he still can, because the conditions are perfect. He goes for the move, and he overtakes the FGR driver of I Stole These Wars, Corvid! Now tries to make the move from the outside. He's on the wets too. The track is gonna start to dry up because the sun has just been announced. And the animator is ahead of that group. It's the animator train. He's on Inters, so Corbin and Figueroa might look to overtake him, and Corbin does! Corbin does do that! And since Danny kind of scuffed Figueroa again, it allows Corbin to run away. While Hernandi has fell back from that top two of Buddha and Nuno, who are still in slipstream range of each other, and they think they're just slipping each other at this point. But here are SCP, the team that is currently second in World Constructors Championship, and I wouldn't say that 8th and the 9th results would actually kind of help it, as we can see Kraft fighting with Figueroa. Inters are back in working, and ooh, Figueroa defends well. How well? That is the other question. So Hernandi... Oh, Nuno fell back from Buddha suddenly. So it allows the anti-amazing to have a snitch for that P2. Right, but we're having this battle right here of Yura, Giruni and Connor all fighting for that 12th position. Giruni is on wets. Oh, yeah, that I just cursed that battle and it no longer happens. However, Figueroa still trying to recover from that atrocious animator scuffing him, and now we can see drivers finally pitting for slicks. So you can see top 4 going for hards, whole top 4, and I think it's only Corbin and animator who are pitting for softs. No, Girouni just pitted for softs. Ocado impresses me too with the softs. Right, but the rest of the field is just on hards, so it's gonna be quite tough here, because no one is really gonna have the advantage of tires, because, well, you see, hards are slower on the straight than softs, and so Corbin and Denmeyer might be looking to benefit from that. Ooh. Someone just almost flew off the track, but that's alright, that's okay. So Corbin has already catched up to that group of Nuno train, and we can see Figueroa, Charger T, and Grandy also, I think, just slipstream each other. Nothing interesting, guys, just give me something more entertaining. Oh, and just fell into 5th. Yeah, that's no good, that's no bonus. But can he... will he actually try to wait for Corvid to make that move on Nuno and the Anti-Mason to be first in that group of Corvid train, which would be in the softs? He might actually have benefit from that, but Nuno just got pushed by Anti, I think, and he just makes a mistake, or is that... I think that's just a cut, nothing more, nothing severe. The Animator and Corvid are almost on the tail of LSAs. They're not yet in their slipstream zone, but I think they soon might be, as Denimer makes a huge mistake. I think it might have been Corvid just slightly bump drafting too much, but that's something else. Of course. Right. The anti-Mason is, well, doing sort of relatively well, as Nuno took slightly too much of a cut. That allows Corvid to...
I actually think when Anti made the mistake there, Nuno and Nandy hit into the back of him, which allowed everybody to catch right up, and it bunched everybody together.
Yeah, that might have happened, and I have to agree with that, because the game just sort of works like that. Still, it's just a nice Nuno train, yet... Okay, that wasn't really nice, but Corvid got the move done on Hernandi, and now he's in front, which is actually more to Hernandi's favor, because softs are fast. What is not to favor of Hernandi is Corvid and Denmeter being a hassle to handle with, but Corvid is catching up to Nuno already, and the Anti-Mason is not catching to Buddha, so the Estonian might look to make 2 wins in a row, which would help his World Drivers Championship campaign this year. I don't know if it exists, but might exist. So Core and Animator are on softs now ahead of Hnandi. Well, I don't think they're softer that good, to be honest. So I think, yeah, Hnandi's hards are actually better already. So Danny and Corvid are just this point are mobile chicane on the track of Hnandi. But yeah, we had a rain. 21 lap in, actually. Oh, Corvid and Danimator go into the pits. Well, they pit for hards. Both pit for hards. That's interesting. So, oh, it looks like the Anti-Mason just caught up to Nuno. Oh wait, no. Nuno caught up to the Anti-Mason. Yeah, that sounds more like it. Either way, Nuno is now in front of the Anti-Mason in second position. The Anti-Mason has recently asked for a switch, and I think that's what's happened between the drivers. Both on hards, both are the same condition. So now Anti-Mason might use Nuno as his ticket to Buddha if he succeeds. Well, if Nuno actually catches up to Buddha, yeah, I want to compare their laps, but they just vanished. But never mind, we just don't mind it. Buddha, I think he did a mistake. Yeah, 31.58 against 31.08. 5/10. Buddha lost 5/10 last lap to Nuno. So the Portuguese is definitely catching up on the Estonian. Either way, my theory about the Anti-Mason using Nuno as his ticket to the race lead might have been right, but that's under condition that Nuno actually catches up to Buddha. So Buddha does a 32.30, 31.62. That's even more lost. That's around 38 tenths. Well, no, actually, even more. Yeah, I just can't be asked doing the maths right now. 68. Yeah, 68, I think. So Nuno is getting closer to Buddha. At least we think so. But we didn't review the... Is there actually anything happen? Oh yeah, Kumo, Kato and Urist battling for P15. Well, that's definitely not the place the Polish would find himself in, but he appears to be P16, P15, battling for P15, for Christ's sake. And he's on the inside of Kato. Can he make... Oh, Kato makes the mistake. Outside works. It works for the Lynx Racing Reserve. Oh, and he just let Urist pass. And Kato too. Clouds are back.
Oh, this would be a time for the rain to come, because some of the drivers have still only made 2 pit stops, but I think everyone's coming in for their third now. If the rain came now, it would be huge for Hnandi.
Yeah, it would be huge for Hnandi and too bad for Buddha. But I think Hnandi has to take the risk of rain. Well, the weather marker is in strange position, which is closer to sun rather than, well, wet, moist zone. So Buddha has already catched up to him. Hnandi might use this time for now as he is clean air, or actually trying to slow down Buddha, which we already saw last time around when Danimator made some moves to slow down Nunon Pupers. And no, it won't be rain, so unfortunately for Hnandi he will have to pit for his third stop, planned third stop. So he pits for hards. No, I don't think that was actually a lot of riddle to solve. But we can see that Danimator is right on tail of Nuno. Will the German try to slow down Nuno? Because, well, Nuno is from LSA, and currently Mayhem Racing are in first position at the top of World Constructors Championship, with LSA in third, losing only 18 points to them. Well, we'll have to find it out. So, everyone is spaced out from each other. But I think there is one case we might see. Yep, it's Grandi and Figueira, relatively close to each other, and Figueira chose mediums as his third planned stop, and I think Grandi just slipstreamed him. Yeah, there is no point for Grandi to find Figueira because, well, they both need to catch up to Charge T, and now it's time for the anti-amazing to say his catchphrase of switch, but no, not sex as you would as you not the famous as of Fanti as you might have thought. No, it's the SV, e.g. Star Wars. Of course, I'm joking. Right. So we have Nuno and Denimator still slipstream each other, or is Danny gonna try and slow down Nuno on purpose? No, I don't think so. I don't believe that he's that fast to do that. Although, using no brakes is actually doesn't require you having any brain to. Yeah, that might have worked. But to make it all legal, he needs to think of something else, and he goes into the pits, which is one way of doing it, but he's not slowing down Nuno. Softs. So he is trying to undercut Nuno for No, that's definitely not an undercut on Nuno. His stars are just relatively well for now. And right now, Denimator is not stuck, but behind. Craft and Astol, these wars on hard actually cuts through them with ease.
I think they might have let him go. It's a really good track knowledge from Isto and Kraft to know that Danimator was on fresh tires. If that's the case, they let him go quite cleanly.
Yeah, because they would need that slipstream from softs, but yeah, they just lost Danny, so I just think they just let him through, and that's it. That's the end of the story. By the way, we're here. So, we're witnessing the battle for Pew. Or are we? Well, lap time wise, Nuno just catch 3 tenths on Buddha. So, the 5-time world champion might actually show how it's done. Unless, it's actually gonna be soon the last stint of the race. Because I just feel like cars last around. I don't know how much they last, okay, I don't want to be wrong. But we're soon will see the final stint of the race. Nuno is still faster than Buddha. Okay, that's interesting. But we have I saw this wars, Craft and Charger T slipstream each other. I think so. I think they just slipstream each other nicely. I saw this wars doing his job as reserve driver perfectly, actually pinning Corvid, which is an interesting case here. And the SCPs are in 7th and 8th, better than 8th and 9th, but who am I to blame them?
Well, Corvid does have him covered off, so Corvid's going to be in front of him once he pits, but it's going to be interesting where everybody's strategies finalize, because as clouds come in, that could make it interesting. There are some drivers that are going to go hards to the end, but then there's other drivers that are going to be about halfway in between that stint. Maybe mediums or softs for them.
Yeah, the rain is gonna shake up the strategy if it's gonna be. And Danny is actually pulling away from Candy because he has softs, which is actually logical. So let's see where will the weather marker land. Still goes. Nah, it's just gonna be a safe final stint of the race, with probably mediums being more popular than softs, because it's 11 laps left, and I think they should last around that mark. So Buddha pits, so does Nuno. So that
they should be on hards, and they will. As long as rain doesn't interrupt that, they'll be able to complete the race as is.
Yep, and Denimator just has got the lead of the race on softs, but these softs are worn. They're really worn, so you might not see him lead the race more than that, unless the rain gods will bless him. Does not happen yet. Anyways, Buddha is now in front of Hnandi, and Hnandi could have tried actually stopping Buddha for Nuno, but that's a little bit dirty. Slightly, just a little bit. As Buddha is now catching up to his teammate, will Danny Matter just let him by easily, or will they have to do some kind of shit? I don't know. Let's see. Yeah, and yeah, the animator just goes into the pit safely. Obviously, just not. Yeah, he picked mediums with. Well, actually, nine laps to go now, and he's now in front of Corvid, which is good for him, and bad for Corvid because I think that P4 could be really good for the Australian. And we still see SCP's Slipstream Figueira. How nice on them. Is it me or is Buddha? Buddha and Nuno just shown the exact same lap time. Okay, that's impressive. I'll give you that. That's impressive. And Hnandi, we can see that has pitted for softs as his final stint. But the clouds are now putting it at risk. That decision. What do you think, goes?
Well, it's interesting now. Danimator has about 4.5 seconds to be made up in about 7 laps to go. So he's going to have to really take about half a second per lap on them to get it done.
Yep, that's true. It's not going to be easy. And the weather marker is still moving. Not rapidly, but it's moving. And we can see that the track has darkened a little because of the clouds. But look at that. Oh, Kraft has broke that Figueira train finally, and now in front of the Japanese. Okay, now that's a little bit of a pack, and it's gonna be heavy rain. So, yeah. Now that's gonna be interesting for sure to see who will benefit from it the most. But I don't think Hnandi really benefit from it that much because he pitted for soft. Would he actually?
I'll tell you one thing: Corvid definitely lost out on it. He's down in 7th now.
Yeah, that's for sure. And that pack of Corvid, Grandi, Charge GT, and Kraft are now making their way into the pits safely. Clouds. And Charge
Anyone going to stay out? It's risky. Maybe Inters. Kraft and Figueira on the Inters. That's the right move for sure. Grandy and Charge JT still on the softs. They're going to try and chance it. This is a very tough track to be on the wrong tire compound, though.
Yeah, and I don't think they made the right choice. I might actually need to shut up because it's going to be sun and the track is going to dry up a little. How's the situation looking at the front? Nuno is still behind Buddha, nothing changed. But I saw this was the anti-maze. Might actually need to pit again. But Grandy and Charger T might have pulled some way of glorious Kubo overcut on the Inters and softs later in the race, getting him I don't remember. He finished high, okay? So the track is gonna dry up soon. But
the problem is, for these two guys, though, they're trailing the only two drivers that are on the Inters. There's a good chance that Kraft and Figueira could just stay on the Inters and not change their tires.
Yep, but Corvid already goes into the pits for softs with 3 laps remaining. So I think Denmark goes into the pits. Yep, Buddha and Nuno go into the pits as well. So now it's gonna be 2 laps showdown on softs. Denmark still in P3 though. Andy in P4. And, well, Denmark had quite an eventful race, I must say. Well, climbing up from P7 to P3 is quite an achievement. But Buddha most likely Actually, I can put that at depth since Nuno is actually being fast. But it's the final lap of the race. Buddha leads from pole, from Nuno, from Danimer and Hnandi, and I think that the Estonian, unless he makes a mistake, will make it to win number 2 this season. And so he goes through the final sector of the track to make that 2 wins in a row for Mayhem Racing, and he's done it. Nuno in second, Danimer coming in a lovely 3rd place. A double podium for Mayhem Racing here. Hnandi coming in P4. I stole these wars, defender from the Anti-Amazing to get that P5. The Anti-Amazing in P6. Kraft on Inters in P7. Corwin P8. Yeah, that was enough. Right. So Buddha wins an eventful Australian Grand Prix. Converted his pole into a win, which is always an achievement. Then we have Nuno on his, again, full-time duty. But this time for LSA, finishing in 2nd. Then we have Danimator on podium, well, making that a double podium for Mayhem Racing. Then we have Hnandi in 4th, which is a good place. I stole these words in 5th, doing an amazing job as a reserve driver for Fox and Goose Racing. Then we have the Anti-Amazing in a Nordic Thunder car, and he is in 6th, which is actually sort of his best average. Then we have Kraft in 7th, Corvid in 8th, with the fastest lap, Figueira in 9th, Grandi in 10th, Charge GT in 11th, Kader in 12th, Frozeni in 13th, Giruni in 14th, Matima in 15th, Kato in 16th, Jurist beating Kubo for that 1 point. So yeah, that was the race. But I think there should be people hanging around. So, hold on. Goose left. Whom can I ask? Buddha, of course. Buddha, how does it feel to win for the 2nd time in a row this season already?
That was crazy. Feels good. Good for the team and good for me. It was really tough. Nuno was putting a lot of pressure on me, and this weather in the end was crazy.
But what helped you to actually not get scared by Nuno? Because you said that he put a lot of pressure on you, but what helped you to stay in front?
I have a good mindset for now, so I'm not scared. I don't drive scared.
And do you think Nuno has been particularly better somewhere where he could easily have beaten you?
No, I think we had a similar pace, but he was coming from back, so he had less risk. But yeah, he's really good at keeping it together and just putting pressure on.
Well, that was nice. Thank you, Buddha. See you next time around. Hopefully. Good luck to you. Right, next up, whom we might have is I Stole These Words. Do you want to say something about your race?
Oh, all right, Lev. Yeah, that was pretty solid. Had pretty good. I mean, the main thing is you qualify well here, but you're more likely to not be involved in any shenanigans in the midfield. Although the early rain did kind of shake things up a little bit, and there was sort of a 8-9 car train for a while. But yeah, I had pretty good pace. You know, was just sort of slipping and leading with the SCPs. I know Corvid and Danny were on like a different strategy where they were pitting a bit more, so kind of, you know, just catching up to Antti after he had a pretty good rain stint, and yeah, a little bit lucky with the rain at the end meant that, you know, Corvid's strat got wrecked a little bit, but yeah, P5 pretty good.
And that will certainly help FGR, and I think they are thankful to you for that, are they?
Well, I mean, I presume so, but yeah, I mean, Marion would no doubt have come P1 or P2, but yeah, did the best I could in the circumstances.
This time, so mad finished in front of me. Fuck the rain.
Yeah.
Aye.
And COVID, what can you say about your race with no explicit content, please?
Well, it started really well. I got into a long battle with Danny that honestly went pretty well, all things considered. I lost the slip between them and Nuno, and then my race sort of spiraled after that. I tried making undercuts on everyone. I had to make so many overtakes, and then the rain just came at the worst time for me. Then I just lost the position for the switching back to softs instead of going on inters. But what can you do, really? The game doesn't want me to get a good result, so like, what can you do?
Yeah, if the game doesn't want to get you good results, then I don't think that you will get it. But let's hope and give you good luck in getting that good result. Right, whom next? Kref. Oh wait, he left. Figueira. No, wait, he left too. Whom do we else have left? Well, don't think much people, unless someone wants to speak up. Well, I guess we could end here. Thank you everyone for watching this eventful race. See you next time. Bye bye.